Hello, my Tequilanators. All right, guys, we're back with a different style video today. Today we're essentially showing you guys how our Mondays go. Usually Mondays are my days off, and when I have days off, it's steak night. So today we're just cooking up a little steak and enjoying some wonderful tequila. Today we're enjoying. Zoom in on that, baby. Beautiful. This is from Nam 1079 from 2004. Honestly, one of my favorite bottles right now. As you can see, I'm enjoying this one a little too much and need to find another one very soon. But yeah, this is the meat we're cooking up today. We have a little cowboy, and then we have a little I believe it's a 35-day dry aged ribeye. It's a little on the thin side, but we'll make it work. This is my setup. I got the trusty old Weber grill with some burning hot coals in there. Usually when we enjoy steak, I like to enjoy it, since the meat's already pretty heavy, I like to just enjoy it with some nice bulb onions. Can't go wrong with those. Just starting this off, so yeah, we're gonna show you how I cook a steak. First, I'm gonna put the big boy on first, just because it's gonna take a while to cook. I like to start with the fattiest part of the steak down. You want to have that render out. We're starting with that one first because this is gonna take forever to cook. I'm not gonna cook it in indirect fire the whole time. I'm just gonna let it char, and then I'm gonna let it cook with the heat. And then this is the other one. It's very, very, very thin, super well marbled. I wish I would have taken a picture before the seasoning. But yeah, so since this one is so thin, I'm actually gonna start cooking this one right, like almost when the cowboy's done. You want to make sure your coals are nice and hot. Nice and hot always. Look at that. That's beautiful. I want to get a nice char on that. I already know it. Some people in the comments when I'm done, they're gonna be like, that's burnt, that's burnt, that's burnt. Nah, that's flavor. Look at this. Look at that. If there was better fucking lighting. Yeah, you wanna get nice color on there. So now what I like to do, since very big thick cut of steak, I just like to get it nice and charred. Usually that means around, like, when it's this hot, this is really, really hot. When it's this hot, maybe like a minute on each side max.
Oh,
look at that. Oh, I also want to show the setup. So the setup is, I like to have a hot zone and I like to have a cool zone, just so when I'm resting the steak or when I'm actually cooking it with the lid down, it's sort of like an oven, right? I have my cool zone right here, which I'm gonna leave the steak from most of the time is gonna be on this side. But yeah, just so when I deem it ready, I can just place it on this side and not worry about it overcooking or cooking more than it needs to.
oh my God.
Look at that. By the way, also, I know there's gonna be somebody in the comments. I'm not no expert. I'm not no expert. I just really enjoy cooking a nice steak. So I'm gonna give that a nice flip. Should I start making these for sale or what? Yeah. Alright, so this steak is about ready. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful crust on that. This is exactly how I like my steak. So right now, bringing it up to the camera. Look at that. Nice and charred. Right now the inside is still completely raw. It's not cooked at all. So we set it over to the side here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take advantage that the fire is so hot right now that I'm actually gonna place this one on there as well. So we're gonna place this one, place that one right on there. Since this one is so thin, I can't go and be picky with which side I want to start with first. I can't do the fat first, as I said with this one, just because it's so thin, it's just gonna wobble everywhere. This one I have to be a lot more careful with this one. This one is so thin, so if I let it go for a little too long, or if I try to get greedy with the crust, it's gonna overcook. Let's make sure we get this one right. As soon as the fat starts rendering, the flame just jumps because it's all the fat burning. When I like to jump start a little bit, just give it a little, just blow it on it a little bit. Actually pause, it's kind of gay, but all the fat right here is just rendering. That's why it's just shooting up in flame right now. Beautiful, look at this. I just wanted to get a nice char just because right now the flame is gonna be as hot as it is. Like this is the hottest the flame is ever gonna get. We're gonna lay this to rest on the cutting board. Again, that steak is completely raw. I still have to cook it. But let's come back over here. So now that I'm done with that, let's start charring these onions. I like these onions nice and charred. These I like to eat them like, I don't know. I just like to eat them. I don't know where I was going with that, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, get these nice and charred. Beautiful bulb onions. Get those nice and charred. So right now what's gonna happen is I'm actually gonna close the lid. But first, before that, I made this nice little cowboy butter. I'm just gonna put this all on this steak. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Just all on the steak. All these herbs. We got herbs, garlic. Oh my gosh, look at that. And let's go ahead and flip this. Let's get this nice and on there. So on there, what you're seeing is gonna be garlic and thyme. I'm a firm believer that thyme over rosemary. I don't care what you guys say. Thyme over rosemary. All day, any day. All right, so now you're hearing that it's getting a little too hot for my liking. So I'm actually gonna close the bottom and close the top. Leave this just a little bit open. And yeah, so I like to make sure this gets maybe up to like 450 degrees. I have a little thermometer on here on my little Weber grill. But yeah, just boom, close it. We'll come back. We'll check on it in a few minutes and see the temperature. I've done this for quite a bit, so I can already kind of gauge, you know, how fast something's gonna cook. But yeah, I'll come back in maybe 8 minutes, check how it's going, and give it a turn and butter baste it once more. But yeah, see you guys in a little bit. Nice and hot in here. Oh my goodness. Make sure these are getting nice and charred. I want this to get nice. Just for the sake of you guys. let's use the thermometer. Let's see how it is. Let's see how it's going. Let's see. It's gonna be, we're looking at I want to say like 110. All right, 110. So me personally, I enjoy my steak medium rare. So when it's at 120, like 123 on the thermometer, I like to take it off because at that point is when I think it's ready and perfect. Because once you take it off the grill, it's gonna keep cooking just a little bit more. So yeah, that's when I like to take it off. So let's turn that around a little bit. Ooh, that is freaking hot. Get my thing. Butter baste it a little bit more. There's no such thing as too much butter. Butter on a steak is always amazing. You can never have too much of there. So now let's see, we're just gonna let it sit maybe for another, this time 5 minutes, just because it's getting to that range where it's getting close to that temperature where I want it. So 5 minutes, close this up again, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. All right guys, so I actually went ahead and I took it off camera just because I kind of got caught up doing something with the kids, and hopefully it's not too over. So let's check out the temperature. A little more than I want it to be, but we're looking at 20, I want to say 29. A few degrees over than I wanted to be, but life happens, right? So right now I have the other one in. I'm gonna let this one cook for a little bit, and then once this one's done, I'm just gonna put it on the grill and just quick sear just to bring it back up to temperature. But let's go ahead and check on this one. Onions are doing amazing. Let's see. So this one's nice and thin, so yeah, this one's gonna cook right up fast. It's right at 106, so a come back in like maybe like 3 or 4 minutes. I'm actually probably just gonna take those onions off the grill just cause. No, we should be fine. Some of them are a little good. Yeah, we should be fine. So I'll be back in exactly 3 minutes to check on that. But this, we're just gonna let it rest for a little bit. Let's go make the drinks. So right now as the food is resting and we're getting ready to eat, I'm gonna make some drinks for me, my wife, and my sister. Today the drink of choice is Palomas. I'm using El Tesoro Blanco today. Usually I like to use Tequila Ocho for Palomas, but we ran out of that, so I do 2 ounces of that. Grapefruit juice is what I like to use, fresh. Everything fresh. So I like to do 1.5 ounces of this. And I'm no bartender, so I don't want to hear it in the comments. Oh, you're holding it wrong. You're holding it wrong. You're not doing it right. I don't want to hear it. I like to do 1.5 ounces of grapefruit juice and then 1/2 ounce of lime juice. And then just 1/2 ounce of agave as well. So my agave, what I like to do is I like to dilute it with water. So it's equal parts dilution. So 1 part water, 1 part agave. And then, yeah. So, give it a nice shake. You don't have to shake it for too long. I mean, it's gonna get diluted in the cup. Let's just go ahead and, if I can do this right. So, just like to pour it over ice. And then a Paloma is never complete without some squirt. So, I just like to top it off. Beautiful, man. Yeah. No beautiful garnish, nothing extra. I'm just drinking it just to drink it. So yeah, that's it. That's just how I like to drink my Palomas. I think this is a good time to show off my cutting board that I got for Christmas. These are both ribeyes, and I like to cut ribeyes a particular kind of way. I'm gonna start off with the little one. I like to cut, I believe this is called the spinalis. So I like to cut that off the main piece. I like to cut that off separately. So let's see how this one came out. Look at that beautiful color. I should probably cut it just a little bit thicker. Nice medium rare right here. So this one is dry aged, so it looks just a slight different. It gives it a little different color. And then the spinalis separate just because this is my favorite part and I like to eat it separately. My goodness, dry aged ribeye just smells so different. And then this big piece of fat. Absolutely amazing. All right, this came out perfect. Look at that color. Let's get one from the middle. Just a flux. Beautiful color. Beautiful. Now the big one, the big boy. Did we do a good job or did we mess up? Let's see. Big bone. Let's put that off to the side. Like I said, let's cut that spinalis off. I'm just gonna rest this up here while we cut into this. Let's see. Look at that color. Let's get into this one. Let's see. Look at that color. Beautiful. That's how I like it. It's not kind of sus, but whatever. Look at that. Wow. Wow. This is why it's my favorite part, because of that little fat that just dingles off of it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Nothing gets better than this, guys. This is Monday night. All right, so now I get to cut a little bit for my son. He likes them in nice little slices, so let's see if we can get that as thin as possible. And then let's get him a piece from over here. This little piece right here. Actually, no. All right, so yeah, beautiful. Look at this. All right, guys. So when we were filming the video, what was it? The steak and grill, or what was it?
The sip and grill.
The sip and grill. That's what you called it.
Steak and grill.
Yeah, we completely finished the steak and went into a food coma and completely forgot to close off the video. Also, another thing, I know it's a tomahawk and not a cowboy, but at my restaurant that I work at, we have a tomahawk that we call the cowboy. So subconsciously, I just kept calling it the cowboy. I know it's a tomahawk, guys. I know people in the comments, it's a tomahawk, get the tomahawk, get the tomahawk. Give us a big like, a big subscribe, and give us some hate comments as well.
Yeah.
Cue the agave from whatever side it's coming from.